Welcome back, Awakening Beauties. My name is Robin, and today we're just gonna do a get ready with me. I took a little trip to Ulta and got some goodies, and so I'm excited to try some of these products. So we're doing a mixture of drugstore and a couple of higher end products as well. I'm really into color. She's in her color and print phase, y'all. I can't stop wearing bold colors and prints, and I'm so glad that I kept some of these things. As you know, if you've been watching my videos, I did some decluttering last year. Mainly, I did a lot of decluttering, and I did happen to keep a couple of things like this cute little top that I got at Target a few years ago. So I'm glad I did. We'll get into all the products that I picked up from Ulta, but really there's two products that I wanted to intentionally cover in this video. In case this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. I am 52 years old, soon to be 53, and I'm always looking for products that will work with my particular skin challenges. I'm a little shiny right now, and that is really, I think, just sweat from being out in the heat. We are in summer, y'all. It is happening. It has happened.
It's happening.
It is here, and I live in South Florida where it's very humid. So my hair was looking really cute when I started my day. Not so much anymore. Living in South Florida with the heat and humidity, I tend to have very dry skin, even though, like I said, my skin is looking kind of shiny right now. So I'm always looking for products that will work with my new challenges to my skin. So I picked up the Essence foundation stick. I love a foundation stick. In fact, I love all kinds of products in stick form. I love cream stick blushes. I love eyeshadow sticks. I've been hearing a lot about this one. I recently picked up the Milani, and I have some thoughts about that one, and I'll talk about it more when I go to apply this. The other product I have been hearing so much about is the Estée Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer, and I got the color 2 in. I've been hearing so many things about this as far as being great for summer, for being heat resistant, sweat resistant, stay all day. But I have concerns because, like I said, my skin does tend to be very dry. So we're gonna see how this works. We're gonna find out together. So I got a couple of other new products, and we'll talk about those as we get to them. The first thing I wanna start with is I picked up the new Essence Lip Care Sugar Scrub, and this is, why doesn't it say on here what it was? It was like the pistachio. Oh no, it's not pistachio. It's matcha latte. And it's been a long time since I've had a lip mask. So here's what it looks like. My lips have been pretty dry. So I'm just gonna try this out. Yeah, it smells like a matcha latte, and I just had one the other day. So I know what that smells like. Yeah, I wonder what it tastes like. I don't wanna lick it though. And then you're just supposed to wipe it off. Well, my lips definitely feel smoother. Oh, and it is kind of sweet. I taste it now. It's sweet. So they didn't have the lip mask, and I think you can maybe get it on their website because I saw somebody else who got it in PR, and they had both of them. They had the lip mask and the lip scrub and the lip mask. So I'm just using my Laneige. I'm almost through it. You guys, this has lasted me over 2 years. I don't know how some people go through their products so quickly, but this has lasted me 2 years. I'm not going to use any primer because I want to see how both the foundation stick and the concealer wear on their own. So I'm not going to use, and I hope this foundation stick is the right color for me. I got the color 150, so let's just take a look. Why does this always happen to me? Look at the end, it's smushed. It got smushed in there. Well, that's pretty pink, right? It's not really the best match to my skin, which is the same thing that happened with that Milani foundation stick. This was the color recommended though, based on other products that I have. So I'm gonna start with blending it with a foundation brush. I do wanna kind of feel what that feels like. So let me just feel it with my fingers. It feels pretty creamy. I've been wearing the Milani foundation stick constantly, like almost every day this week I've been wearing it. And the one thing that I find is that at the end of the day, my skin feels pretty dry. Maybe if you have very oily skin, that would be a good thing because it might sort of help to prevent the oils from coming through. I have little baby hairs everywhere. So what I can sort of see right away, so the color's not bad. It wasn't a bad match for me after all. It does provide a little bit of coverage. Like, it's not full coverage, but it's not sheer. It's sort of in the middle. I will link everything that I'm using in the description box, by the way, and always look out for my pinned comment below because I will give a recap of my most current thoughts of a product in that pinned comment, which is usually, it takes me about a week from filming to get a video up, try out a product and test it out in various ways and let you know how it was performing and if I would recommend it. I am intending to also start making, I don't know if I could do it monthly because right now I haven't been able to do more than 1 or 2 videos a week. You know, I kind of want to save, if I'm going to make a video, I'm trying to be judicious about what I make videos about, but I do want to start doing a monthly or bi-monthly roundup of the products that I've been trying on my 52-year-old skin so that it's not just you see the product once. Usually you see the products I use in multiple videos because I'll be trying them in different ways in other videos. So yeah, that's something that I am gonna try to start doing because I have been trying out a lot of products and it's always helpful when I watch people who will also do a roundup every month or every 2 months of the products they've been trying, and then you know that they've had a chance to really put it to the test and see if it's worth your money or not and who the product would be best for, because sometimes something might not work for me, but I can tell by maybe the formula that it would work for somebody with a different skin type than me. So looking at this up close, that actually went on really nice with a brush. I can't even really see it on my skin other than maybe some places that I didn't get and the skin is a slightly different color. But yeah, that went on really nice. That went on really nice with the brush. I do see a little bit of brush strokes right here, so let me see if just sort of pouncing it will work. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And I feel like this formula feels, just upon initial application, a little more hydrating and emollient than the Milani. In fact, it feels like it has a little closer consistency to the Bosma foundation stick, which I love. It's kind of my holy grail when it comes to foundation sticks. So yeah, I'm gonna continue to use this and be sure to check my pinned comment below. I'm gonna wait to do the concealer. I'm gonna do my eyes first because I'm gonna use this palette again that I used in my last video. It's the Love Language palette. And some of the colors are, I'm not really gonna use any of the real shimmer colors. I'm gonna use more of the neutrals in here, but there was a little fallout last time, so I want to be able to wipe away anything that falls out. Okay, I'm just gonna prime my eyes with the MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. I do want this to be a little bit more of a natural look. I realized that a lot of my more recent videos have been not like natural, they've been more glam type looks, which is fine. I love doing those looks, but it is summer and sometimes we just want our makeup to be a little less done up. I'm gonna take the color Service and just use that as sort of an all over eye color. I've also been loving the corals, and you're gonna see the corals come back in this look. I've been wearing coral blush and lip colors almost every day and I love it. I'm so glad I took a risk and rediscovered coral. Now the color Affirmation, which is the lighter, it's sort of a mid reddish brown. I'm not gonna be too precious with this look. I really just want something that's quick but nice. Now, I do have a little bit of a dilemma because I did bring in an eyeshadow stick. I brought in the Covergirl Clean in the color Rose Copper, and I was thinking about using it. I really love this. Do I want to use this on my eye? Oh, I'm so tempted, but I'm gonna hold off for right now. Let me just get these colors down. I think I'm not gonna have any problems with fallout with these colors that I'm using. It was really the sparkly colors that were giving me the most fallout. And I've been using this palette also a lot all week long. I've been doing so many different looks with it. And I've been forgetting to, I was making a bunch of shorts there in the first few months of the year where I was doing, quick makeup looks, just like, little challenges for myself. And yeah, those actually do take a long time to edit. So because I've been so short on time, I've sort of given up on making a bunch of shorts, and I do intend to get back to it. Maybe some of you enjoy watching shorts better than long form. Anyways, I also brought my sapphire blue eyeliner in here because I thought that might be nice with this eye look. And I'm gonna take this is like a yellow, like a creamy yellow gold color. It's unusual color, but it's got a lot of shimmer in it. It's in the color Touch. And I just want it like right here. So I have, isn't that pretty? I can't finish a thought. But this is very nice. Very easy, very pretty color combinations. I think she did, Morgan, did a really great job with this palette. I'm gonna take some of the darker chocolate brown, that's called Quality Time. I also love the theme of this palette. It's all about your love language. That was, I believe, a book that was released a while ago. It's been a while since that book was released, but understanding your loved one's love language and how they want to be loved is very helpful in a relationship. Just take a little bit more, dab it right here. Oh, I didn't really have any fallout with that. I'm gonna use this, why not? I'm kind of just, I'm not going anywhere tonight, so I'm just playing with makeup. I'm gonna take this color Sapphire at Stila. Just trying to get really close to the lash line and not make too thick of a line. Okay, I went a little thicker. I don't wanna do a wing. Do I wanna do a wing? I don't know. I don't know if I wanna do a wing. All right, I want to do a little wing. I'm going to take this little brush. The trick is to keep your eye open as much as you can when you're making that wing. And then keep a Q-tip handy so you can just smudge it out a little bit if you need to. Clean up the edge. I'm gonna do a little tight lining with a black color just to make my lash line look a little thicker. I have a little bit of fallout, so I'm just gonna clean up a little bit. I'm not sure how much I'm actually gonna be able to get off. It's that light lemony color. So I might have to go ahead and apply a little bit more foundation where I wiped it off, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see how much I can do with this Estee Lauder. So this has been touted as a 24-hour formula, and a lot of people are raving about it. This is the color that I got. Ooh, very peachy. But that was the color it recommended. So something I've really been working on doing as an over 50 woman with some texture under my eyes is I've just been going in with a dot. Literally a dot. One dot here, one dot here, and one dot here. Let's see how this works out. I have the Lancome Teint Idole, and a lot of people rave about that, but for me, it was creasing so badly. And so when I started this technique with it, it's beautiful. It was just, I was using too much product. And this might be like a fuller coverage than the foundation stick is. So might not be like the best combination, but we'll find out. And by doing this, this is where you can kind of go in and clean up the edge of your eyeshadow if it got too low. One thing I do notice with this foundation, and I'm sweating, it's pretty hot in here in this room, even though the AC is down to 71 degrees with the lights and everything, and this is the warmest room in my home. I do see that this is breaking up a bit around my nose, and I have been exfoliating as to avoid that issue. But yeah, it's settling in and breaking up. And I think the Estée Lauder looks pretty good. I feel like I could use a little bit more and it could handle it too. That looks pretty good. You know, the other thing I've been doing is I have not been setting powder under my eyes. And that seems to be working better for me. I feel like every time I go to set with a powder, and you know, there's some that I still want to try that are supposed to be blurring, and you'll probably see that in an upcoming video because I have something on order. Yeah, I always feel like no matter how good of a quality it is, whether it's Huda Beauty or some of the others that are always recommended, I feel like I still get some settling under my eyes or emphasizing of my lines. And it's sort of rubbed off around my nose. So I'm trying to find it. Where did I stick it? Where did I stick that stick? Here it is. I'm going to try to see if I can build it up a little bit and kind of cover where it was breaking up. I don't know. This might be a mistake too. But we're just playing. That didn't really help. So the next thing would be to see how it would do with a primer underneath it. You know, and there's a lot of factors when you're trying makeup for the first time. Like I said, I had already put on all my skincare and then I ran out to Ulta and it was very hot, very humid outside. Maybe not the ideal conditions to then go in and try to start doing makeup. So yes, I will continue to play with this formula and see how I feel about it. For my eyebrows, I'm just gonna use my e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I've been really loving this Milani cream bronzer. I've been using this as my bronzer ever since I got it. And I really love it. I love the application. It's just like a goof-free formula, I feel like. It blends so nice. And I just feel like it gives you that little sun-kissed look. And I've been wearing this nonstop too. This is the Milani Cheek Kiss in Coral Crush. This I've just been really wearing nonstop also. I got too much on my nose, but don't worry, we can fix that. You just take what's left on your foundation brush, stipple it out, and if you feel like you got a little bit out of control, you can go over with your foundation brush. Also, you can fix a great many errors with a powder, so I don't worry if I get a little bit too out of control with the blush. Usually I can tone it down. And do I want to go in with the e.l.f. powder bronzer? I always feel like it's sort of overkill to do a cream bronzer and a powder bronzer. It does help to set your cream bronzer so that it lasts a little longer. I think that concealer is looking pretty good. Now I went in with a very light hand and probably, you know, less than if I was doing a look for going out at night and I needed my makeup to last a really long time. But I really like that. It was using just the smallest amount. Remember, you can always put on a little bit more if you need more, but it's hard when you go in with too much to try to tone something down when it comes to your concealer. Now, I'm gonna set everything with my e.l.f. Halo Glow. I've really been liking this powder now that I sort of understand it more. It's like it's matte, but it's a little luminous at the same time. Now, I do not set this, don't set this under your eyes. Whatever you do, I'm begging you, don't set it under your eyes. You will not be happy with those results. But for setting the face, I mean, that's really nice. This has actually been a pretty quick look. Yay for us. But that's what you want. And this, I would have already been done by now if I wasn't explaining. And I'm not gonna set under my eye. I wanna see how this concealer does without setting it. And because I know what happens to me when I set my concealer, it's just, it never works the way I want. And now I'm still playing with different powders, different setting, very different loose powders. And you know, I haven't given up, and I'm sure I will continue to try out and show you guys more. But for right now, for this look, I'm choosing to say no.
No, God, please, no, no!
This is a mascara that I've had it for a while, but I only opened it up and started using it in the past couple of weeks. It's the Clinique High Impact Zero Gravity Mascara. Now, my feelings on this are that it's a nice mascara. It's separating and lengthening, slightly lengthening, but it is not volumizing. But I think that their marketing team should not have named this High Impact, because in my feeling, this is not a high impact mascara. It's an okay mascara. I've had minimal flaking and smudging with this. Actually, I haven't noticed any smudging, which I was sort of worried about when I was wearing it when I wasn't setting under my eyes, because if you don't set under your eyes, mascaras that tend to smudge will smudge. You know, having the powder there serves as a little bit of a barrier to smudging. I do appreciate that it's not thick and clumpy, and it doesn't like make spidery eyelashes, that you know, you do keep the separation, and it's pretty. It's just fine. I feel like the e.l.f. Lash and Roll, which is a fraction of the cost of this, probably better or as good. I'm just gonna wipe off that Laneige lip mask. My lips are nice and hydrated now. I got one of the new colors in the e.l.f. lip liner. I do believe this is a new color because I think it was in the new release section of Ulta's website. And this is the color Cinematic. It reminds me of Hydromatic.
Hydromatic.
Am I aging myself from Greece? So because I've been loving these coral colors, online this looks like a coral. And it is. It's a brownish coral color. Is this the coral of my dreams? I don't know. It might be. Okay, well the name is Cinematic, so it is more of a cinnamony kind of color. But that's pretty. And for $2. $2! I don't know how they do it. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of fill in the whole lip. I kind of like that just like it is. Maybe put a gloss over top and be done. But we are not done, because I did end up getting the Charlotte Tilbury Coral Kiss lipstick, which I was eyeing that day I was at Ulta, and I ended up buying, and they didn't bring it in here to compare what the colors actually look like. I ended up buying a L'Oreal. I'm very curious. I feel like I need to go get the L'Oreal and see how close they are. It's way more pink than I imagined it was in my mind. Let me go get the L'Oreal. I'm so curious. Let's see how close they are. Yeah, they're quite different. The L'Oreal has more pink in it, and the Charlotte Tilbury has more orange. This is more blue, for sure. When I turn my hand, like in some ways the light catches it, they look kind of similar. It's good to know they're not exactly the same, although it would have been fun if it was like almost an exact dupe. This was the coral color I have been having in my head. And what a good formula. That Charlotte Tilbury. So soft and nourishing. I love it. Very, very pretty. Ah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I bought that. I love that color. Who would have known that I would like coral? Not me. And if we're going to talk about color theory, orange and blue are complementary colors, meaning that they are opposite colors on the color wheel. And so like in this top, you have, it's not a direct complementary color because this is more of a coral. It has more white in it than a stark orange color, but you can do that with your makeup too. That's kind of a fun way to play. Like the blue on my eyeliner with the coral on my lips. Even without these colors being in my shirt, like this is too on the nose pretty much for what I'm actually wearing. But if I wasn't wearing this top, imagine me with a white top, this would still work. I think that's fun to play with either complementary or like split complement type colors, even in your makeup, and see kind of how they can work together, or if they conflict with each other, because that could happen too. Well, this has been a very fun day of playing with some new makeup. So let's just kind of go over the new things that I picked up. The Essence foundation stick, I'm gonna keep playing with it. I liked the way that it felt. Again, I didn't use any primer and I just lightly dusted with a setting powder, but I do feel like it's settling into fine lines on my face and around my nose. It went a little bit patchy, but as I said before, I will give an update in my description below and keep testing this out this week. The Estée Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. I'll be curious to try it out, and maybe tonight I will try it out before I wash my face, of going in a little more heavy-handed and seeing how it plays. Because my experience, especially with these Longwear concealers, is that you have to be careful. If you go in too heavy-handed, and if you have any texture under your eyes, and if you're over 30, you probably do, you're gonna have a little bit of a problem on your hands. So far, I'm liking it. Like I said, I did not set it with any powder. I can see it settling in a little bit, which is to be expected. There's no way for products really not to kind of settle, but you can, if you tap it out, and then if I were to go in with, and maybe I will, maybe I'll do that right now. Maybe I'll set it. I've been really liking this loose setting powder from Wet n Wild, and maybe I'll go ahead and set it and just see what happens. Yeah, I think that looks really good, actually. I tapped out the lines, the creases, and which you should do anyways before you go in and set. And yeah, this comes to the rescue again. This Wet n Wild photo focus is really good. This was a yummy little lip mask, and for only like $6, this worked really good. And I loved the way it tasted. I wish that they would have had the lip balms that are these flavors too, but alas, they did not. Hey guys, I'm sitting here editing my video and I don't know what happened. I think either my phone went into low power mode and stopped recording, or I don't know what happened, but it stopped recording. So basically I had put on the same makeup today, and I've been wearing some of the new products that I bought almost every day, so that I have a good week to week and a half while I'm editing the video and getting the video up to test out the products. So I do have some additional thoughts, I guess you could say. Not final thoughts, those will obviously be located in the pinned comment below. But starting with the Essence foundation stick, the color is slightly too light on me, as I said in that video, but I can make it work. I think that it doesn't look bad. I'm still testing this, and today I tested it with the Maybelline Grippy Primer and trying to see, why it was sort of breaking up right here. And I feel like it's still breaking up. I don't know if it's gonna pick it up because I'm using my front-facing camera. I don't know if it's gonna pick that up or not, but I feel like it's still not laying as nicely as the Milani or my Bosma foundation stick. But yeah, still testing this out. For the price, it's such a good price. I do really like the emollients that it has. It's not oily, but it's very creamy and feels hydrating on the skin. So that's my thought as of right now. The other product that I've been testing out is the Estée Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. And this is definitely like a heavier formula. So this is not an everyday summer type formula in my opinion. And I don't think that it really plays well with the Essence. The Essence is too sheer and lightweight, and this is a much thicker formula. So today's the last day that I will wear these two together. And plus the colors are just off. I think this is a little bit dark. It's like this is a little too light and this is a little too dark. What are you gonna do? But I do like it. I do feel like it's giving nice coverage and that it's not getting very creasy. It doesn't look terribly drying. You do have to go in, I feel, especially if you have texture under your eyes, if you're a little bit older, then you go in with a very light layer and pat it out with your finger. I think that's a good way to sort of get it on and distribute it and let your finger sort of warm up the product so that it warms up into your skin. And then you can take one of your brushes, like your BK Beauty brush, if you have that, or a makeup sponge even works very well to just lightly blend it out. So I do like it. Even before this video isn't even going up for a few more days. So I have more time to test both of these, which I will. And if I discover a great way to wear this, that will be in my pinned comment. So obviously love this lip combination. This was the e.l.f. Cinematic Lip Liner. I love it. I've been wearing it almost every single day since then, and really, really love this Charlotte Tilbury Coral lipstick. This is the coral of my dreams. It doesn't seem exactly right though until I put on this Hourglass Phantom Volumizing Glossy Balm in the color Wish. This brings every lip color I'm doing right now, just finishes it off perfectly. So thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate it. Give this a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Do all the things. And leave me a comment below if you've tried any of these products and what your thoughts are on them. I'm especially curious to know if you've tried the Estée Lauder Double Wear, because it's getting a lot of hype right now. And everybody has different skin. Your skin is different than mine. So just remember to let me know what your skin type is if you're going to leave a comment or a review of your own about these products. Well, until next time, thank you so much for being with me. And I think you're doing great.